In this video, you'll learn to take automotive leather like this, with cracking and minor tears, and make it look like this, with the Scratch Wizard leather repair kit. You will need our leather repair kit, which includes leather filler, a palette knife, patching material, color-matched leather dye, leather cleaner, a scuff pad, and 600 grit sandpaper. Additionally, you'll need soapy water, a lint-free cloth, tweezers, and a heat gun. Give the entire seat a good cleaning. This will reveal the true color of the leather and also allow the repair materials to form a stronger bond. The scuff pad can help separate years of dirt and oils from the leather. Now use the leather cleaner and the scuff pad in the areas that you will be applying the leather filler to. Alright, so that's not normal. This apparently is a re-dyed seat. Don't know, it's probably a 13-year-old seat. And somebody else's repair work just came off with this chemical. In all likelihood, if your car has not been re-dyed, you're not going to get this sort of effect that we got right here. So definitely not normal. Don't expect to see this in your own repair. Now we can't repair rips of this size, but with the leather repair kit, we can repair splits and rips, of approximately that size right there. We're going to insert this backing pad into the rip, and you want to cut out a piece of this backing material which is approximately the size of the rip, but about a 1/4 inch larger in each direction. Using a pair of tweezers, insert the backing material into the hole. Now apply a little bit of this leather filler into the rip on top of the backing material, and then hold it in place and give it some time to cure. So now that I got some of the filler in there, I'm going to just pinch this together a little bit. Put a little bit of pressure on top of the leather so that it has a chance to bind to the backing material in the back. Let that sit up for about an hour. Apply fine layers of filler to these cracks, including this tear that you just repaired. Okay, so I've got a light layer of leather filler over the area, and I'm going to use a heat gun on high setting from a distance of about 2 to 3 inches to accelerate the drying of this filler material. It took about 5 minutes to cure this out, and it's quite hot, but it is dry. So that means it's ready to be sanded. Okay, so we'll take our 600 grit sandpaper, and we want to sand in one direction. We want to avoid a back and forth motion, and we want to avoid sanding in multiple directions. And this should knock down the sort of the high spots where we applied a little bit too much of the filler. Now that we've applied layer 1 of our leather filler, let's sort of wipe away the dust and apply a second layer. Okay, you use your palm, you can use your thumb, and you can find spaces, you can find places where you definitely need to add a little bit, just a little bit more filler. Probably I would definitely add more where we patched that rip. Now before you spray your seat, it's a good idea to spray a piece of cardboard or paper and do a color check against the panel that you're repairing. We've got a very good match here, so I'm going to proceed to spray this, but if you do a test panel and it doesn't match up, let us know and we'll get it right for you. So when applying the dye, use very light coats and flash them off with a heat gun. One note I want to make is that you're probably going to be dyeing your seat in your car. And you don't have to drape your whole car in plastic because you're worried about getting overspray. It really doesn't travel that far. If you just use one of these shipping envelopes, okay, to catch overspray, you're going to be fine. So if I were working on this bolster, I would be using this cardboard, this little piece of cardboard, to catch all the overspray from the aerosol can. But if you do happen to get dye on something that you didn't want to get the dye on, you simply just wipe it off with a leather, vinyl, and plastic cleaner. Now I've essentially covered our leather repair at this point, but I like to go at least 2 or 3 coats further so that I've got a thicker layer of dye and it's going to hold up over a longer period of time. Repair is complete, so the only maintenance note that I need to make for the future is that you clean it just gently with soapy water. Don't use anything with harsh chemicals that could strip the dye.